Hello Tamers, Sergio back again today, and this time it's going to be a double opening on the recent set, BT17 Secret Crisis. And well, going over the main theme of this main set is the fact that focuses on 8 of the first 8 Digimon movies thus far, with the box art being the iconic matchup of Digimon and Omnimon. Well, cracking into the box itself, into the first box, and after putting aside second, time to crack open box number 1. And as you can see, we have the 24 packs, as well as 2 promo box toppers. First being the movie memorial pack, and opening that up with the one promo that we get being the BT7 Rika Nonoka, with this coming from the Tamer's second movie. And then going off there is the update pack, with the promo being the very gorgeous Mega Kabuterimon, who is evade and has the all turns. When the Digimon is unsuspended, it's unaffected by the opponent's effects, as well as granting the inheritable when this Digimon deletes an opponent's Digimon battle, trashing the top opponent's security. It has an all turns, with this most definitely being very good support for Tyrant Kabuteri. And then there, the final promo is a box topper promo art, and the promo foil tamer we get is Rhythm, who comes from the unreleased Digimon Savers movie. And I do mean movies as, well, Data Squad, that being Data Squad over here in the States, with said movie actually having not been dubbed. Well, cracking into the box itself, into the first side of the right. Starting off, we end up getting the iconic character himself, Karamon. Then, going into the new Beowulfmon, Hippogriffmon, who ends up coming from the Frontier movie, the new War Growlmon, Kendo Garurumon, a new Cubimon, new Lobomon, and also, to add on, this set also has the tail end of Digimon Seekers, with this being including the new line for the Seekers, Pulsemon, going down the Kazujimon route. And following that is also a new support for Fenrir-Lugamon, with the new Balmon from the set. And following that, we end up getting regular Rhythm. Then going into our rares, first rare being Parasitemon, who comes from the Runaway Trailmon movie as well as its main antagonist. And following that, we end up getting the new Mel Garurumon from the set, who helps facilitate, well, who is actually part of the new Omnimon line from this set. Continuing on, and continuing up the line, we end up ironically skipping in all the way up to Infamon. As well, we also hit the new Dex line that we get from the set to go with Seekers, being the Sons of Chaos Dex Dorugamon. With the new Dex line actually being pretty good in the sense that the new line, well, new Dexes, has the ability in Trash at the all turns if the respective Digimon respective non-Dex version would be deleted. You get to Digivolve into the Dex from Trash while paying cost to prevent that deletion. And then you also have other effects that work similar to how the Dexes worked. With Dex Darugas being Trash 1, Draw 1, then if it was over Daruga in name, you get to or Digivolve from Trash. You also get to take out a level 4 from the opponent's side. Continuing up, we end up having Goblimon, who also comes from the Ultimate Power Unleashed, Ultimate Power movie. A new Talmon, Darkmon, also from the Lost Island Frontier movie. And then, speaking of the devil, we also end up getting a new Dex Doru Grey as well. It also gets to evolve off of Doru Grey if it were ever to be deleted. And with this Digivolution being also Trash 1, Draw 1, and then hitting a cost 6 or less, as well as granting an inheritable to choose one Digimon and then deleting one of the opposing Digimon with as high or lower play cost and have them both be deleted. Continuing on, we also get the new Aldemon, and for one of the filler cards, we end up getting Eosmon Werewolf Mode. And hanging another one of the other unique aspects of this deck being certain option cards that take scenes from the movie as well. With this being the new option for Imperialdramon being Return of the Primogenitor, showcasing the debut of Imperialdramon Paladin Mode in the Revenge of Diaboromon movie. And this ends up being a pretty good option for Imperialdra since its main effect allows one of your Digimon to Digivolve into a level 5 or higher Digimon with free and trait from hand at a reduced cost of 4, and then puts this into the battle area. With this all turns delay being in response to one of your free Digimon being deleted, you get to trash delay and have that Digimon Digivolve into a Imperialdramon name in hand without paying cost and prevents that deletion. And following that, we get a new Sumemon for the Biormon line. And going into more Secret support, we end up hitting a rare with Tomonori Ryusenji, who comes from Seekers. With Ryusenji's effect, during your turn, when effect places a tamer in one of your Digimon's evolution sources, suspend to gain 1, which works well with the Mind Link effect of the Seekers line. And there's the end of turns once per turn. If this tamer is suspended, one of your Digimon with a tamer in its evolution source may Digivolve into Digimon with Dex or Death X, a name from Trash without paying cost, which works well, given that we also have a Doru line that's Sons of Chaos and is a Seekers line. And following that, we end up getting our first super rare from this set, being a new level 6 Argomon. With this being in here, since Argomon, since Argomon was the main antagonist for the Ultimate Power movie. With this Argomon being able to evolve generically from green or purple at a cost of 5, or cost 4 from the level 5 Argomon. It has the on play when digivolving, allowing it to place up to 4 level 5 or lower Argomons from trash as the bomb evolution source, then delete up to 4 levels total worth of Digimon, and then for every 2 Argomon add to source, for every 2 Argomon sources it adds 1 to the level deletion effect maximum. And as the turns, gets plus 1000 for every 2 Argomon in source. And the opponent's turn, known their opponent's tamers can unsuspend, which actually calls back to the aspect that Argomon was the reason that how pretty much most of the humans in the movie were pretty much absent, as they were all put to sleep. Well, just moving this out of the way. Just to make space, camera room, and continuing on. To the next pack. In Pure Irony as well, we end up getting the new Rise Greymon, which is now a pure yellow line. And there, we end up hitting a new Antilamon, which is the non-Deva version, harking back to its appearance in Hurricane Touchdown for Adventure 02. Then, following the Argomon, we end up hitting the level 3 Argomon, and then we end up hitting Mephistomon, being from the first which is the first main antagonist of the Tamer's first movie. Continuing from there, the main first Tamer's movie being Battle of Adventurers, if I remember the name correctly. After that, we end up getting Ground Locomon, with this set likely drawing from, this inclusion likely drawing from 2 sources. That being the Runaway Locomon movie, and also the fact that Frontier also had a bevy of Locomons in it. Continuing there, speaking of Frontier, we end up getting the new Strabimon. And also new Locomon, also Trailmon. With this Trailmon actually, in context, although it's filler in a sense, actually works really well, given that its on play allows it to search the top 3 to add a tamer Digimon with machine trait, trashing the rest, and the fact that it also grants a machine Digimon collision as its inheritable, which in retrospect works really well with the machine Digimon. Continuing on. Next card is Codecracker Fang, the alias for Eiji Nagasumi from Seekers. With this essentially being a memory setter Eiji, while also granting the same mind link effects of Alliance and Blocker. And, another also movie point, since I also skipped it over, we also have Minoa Bellucci from the Kizuna movie for Adventure 01. And then from there, another movie scene related card option being Ancient Guardian Deities, harkening back to the main debut of Ancient Greymon and Ancient Garurumon from Frontier's Island of Lost Digimon movie. And then going into our rares, end up getting the new Takato Matsuki. And, well, to also coincide with the Minoa, we end up getting a new Eosmon, which ends up looking pretty beautiful. And, well, this Eosmon allows it, well, only can evolve off of a level 5 Eosmon at a cost of 4, has the 1 Digivolve when attacking once per turn, to be able to play out a level 5 or lower Eosmon from hand with a paying cost. Then all turns once per turn, when one of your Eosmon is played, you get to delete one of the opponent's Digimon with as much or less DP as the one that you brought out. And has your turn, for each tamer, all of your Eosmons gets plus 1000 DP. And ironically enough, that being back-to-back super, being the 2 back-to-back supers being same name lines. Continuing on, we have the new Burning Greymon, Agunimon, Renamon, and we end up hitting Mermukusmon, who also comes from the Island of Lost Digimon as its main antagonist. New Flamemon, new Growlmon, new level 5 Argomon, and also another movie card, being Miraculous Mega Knight, showing the debut of Omnimon in our war game. And there, we end up hitting the new Willis, and another movie option, being the Ultimate Power movie scene, showcasing the movie debut of Shine Gray Burst Mode. Then from there, to pair with the Melgarumon from earlier, we end up getting the new War Greymon. With both end up being pretty useful in the sense that this allows you to make the other respective warp into the missing one. And, well, following that, we end up hitting our next super rare in the set, and one that's actually a really good chase, being the Ancient Garurumon, new Ancient Garurumon, who's on play when Digivolving, allows you to turn one opposing Digimon with the lowest level to hand, and during your turn, when effect adds cards to you or your opponent's hand, your opponent adds the top card of their security to hand. It has the on delete. It's to return 1 Tamer cards and 1 Hybrid Trait Digimon from trash to hand. Then you get to play 1 Tamer card from your hand without paying the cost. And it has Digicross requirements of 3 with Lobomon and Kendo Garurumon. And ironically enough, I actually know the reason behind that, why it has the Digicross effect. As well, it ends up referring back to the figures line, as this ends up referring back to Digimon, the Digimon Spirit Evolution line, where you get Lobomon, where if you have that Lobomon and Kendo Garurumon from that line, you could use their already, parts, given that you make the figures from the spirits and a base body, and you combine the two, combine the parts to make a very janky Ancient Garurumon. And back after you're turning on the lights, let's continue on with the opening. And with our next pack, we end up hitting Caesarmon. With this actually coming from the Battle of Adventures movie for Tamers, as one of the supporting casts. And from there, new level 4 Argomon, end up hitting Locomon, the new Geo Greymon, Labramon, who also is referencing back from Battle of Adventures, as well, the pre-evo for that Caesarmon. Continuing on, we end up paying a new Black Agumon. With this, also end up being a new card relating to Seekers. And from there, you also get the new Bulkmon as well. Following that, for another, and I believe our last new version, new movie scene card, movie scene option, being Crimson Savior, showcasing Crimson mode during Runaway Locomon. From there, the new Gargomon, and also the new de facto egg for the Pulsemon deck, being the new BBmon. From there, and for our rares, we end up paying the new Gabumon, who facilitates the end of turn DNA Digivolve. And to pair, irony enough, we end up getting the Parrotmon, who is a reference to pretty much the Digimon Adventure movie, which ends up being the pre-Adventure 2 mini-movie, with, well, focusing on that fact, with the first 3 movies of Digimon Adventure, Our War Game, and Hurricane Touchdown being brought over the States as a compiled movie known as Digimon the Movie, put simply. Well, on to our next pack. Pipsimon, a new Terriermon, level 4 Eosmon, Dex Doruga, Gobbly, Cubey, and the new Data Squad Agumon, and hitting a new Chaosmon, which is also hails, with this one hailing from Digimon Seekers. New Gigimon, and then we hit Ornismon, being the main climactic antagonist of the Island of Lost Digimon movie. And from there, we end up hitting the new purple-red Fenrir-Lugamon. With this, now being able to, with this, on Digivolve, if you have AG underneath, allows you to play one Fenrir-Luga or Kazuchimon from trash without paying cost, and then at the end of the opponent's next turn, that Digimon gets returned to hand. Having the all turns, when one of your Digimon or Tamers with the SOC or Pulsemon in their text displayed, it gets to take out a 10,000 DP or less Digimon. While it's broken, preventing turnover until memory is at 3 or more on opponent's side, is now made into a inheritable. Made so, just so it ends up empowering the new boss end game for the new line, the new high end for Fenrir-Luga. And then following that, we end up hitting another Melgaroo. Continuing on, Dark, Mermukus, level 3 Argo, Growl, Flame, Mephisto, Kara, level 5 Eos, and then another card for the Pulsemon deck, being Hacker's Pride as its new searching option, new archetypal searching option. Following that, the new Xiaomon, also referencing back Battle of Adventures as its main plot device. Then on to rares, Paramon, and another Takato Matsuki. Continuing on, Trailmon again, Hippogriff, Lobo, Alda, Wargrowl, Beowulf, Geogray, a new Gilmon, level 2 Argomon as well, and also the original version for Rika. And from there, we end up paying Golfmon as our new card, who ends up being, ironically, Dark Master support, even though Golfmon appears in Tamers, which doesn't connect to the adventure timeline. And well, as you can see, there's a Pokemon in the background, and going over its effects, level 5 evolves from level 5 at 3 cost, level 5 purple at 3, generically, or for 3 costs off of a level 5 Dark Masters in text. Has the on-play 1 Digivolving, gets to place 1 level 5 with Dark Masters in text from hand or trash as this Digimon's bottom source, then deletes 1 opponent's level 5 or lower. Has the one attacking, returns 7 cards from the opponent's trash to the bottom of their deck to unsuspend itself. And following that, we end up paying the new Shine Greymon, with it being evolving from level 5 yellow for cost of 3 generically. Has 1 Digivolving, allows you to cheat out all Marcus from hand with paying cost, and all turns once per turn when this Digimon would leave the battle area, you get to return 1 of your yellow Tamers to hand to prevent from leaving. And continuing on, Kendo Guru, level 4 Argo, Rise Gray, level 5 Argo, Tau, Ground Loco, Dex Doru Gray, and then we end up paying Minami Urihara, who also comes from the Bell Adventures movie. And we end up getting another iconic option scene, movie option, and the extra win condition for the Diaboromon deck in the option Doomsday Clock, showcasing the Diaboromon's iconic clock scene from our war game. With this actually being another supplementary piece to Diaboromon, as its security adds itself to hand. And its main effect plays out Diaboromon token with a paying cost, then places itself as the bottom illusion source of one of your Diaboromon name without Doomsday Clock underneath. And then at the start of your turn, for the extra win condition, being that if you have 4 Doomsday Clocks placed, you win the game. And to coincide with the ability to put itself underneath a Diaboromon, Doomsday Clock grants the all turns. When this Digimon would leave the battle area by an opponent's effect, you get to delete one of your other Diaboromons to prevent it, and as the end of the opponent's turn, places itself onto the battle area, starting the countdown and progressing further until the start of your turn when you have 4. Which is actually a lot harder when you put into perspective that condition. And then we have Bout. Then continuing on, we end up paying a new Agumon. And following that, we end up paying Leon Alexander, the level 3 version of Hacker Judge. Cost 3 version of Hacker Judge from BT17. With Leon being the passive game one that the opponent, as this ends up looking if you have a Digimon with Pulsemon index on board instead. And it carries the same Mind Link, blocker, and barrier. And we're down to the last 3 on the right. He's going strong. You got Strabi, and also the new Sons of Chaos Dorumon as well. Caesarmon, Antilamon, Renamon, Aguni, Infer, Bow, Codecracker Fang, Keostra, and we end up hitting the debut man himself, Diaboromon, the new Diaboromon, showcasing the ability to multiply himself. With this new Diaboromon having the when digivolving to place one Doomsday Clock from hand or trash as its own bomb evolution source, to then create 2 tokens on board. And as the opponent's turn once per turn, when an opponent's Digimon attacks, you may redirect into one of your Diaboromon names on board. And we end up hitting Tamari Ryosenji at the end of that one. Continuing on. Burning Gray, Loco, Terrier, Labra, Bulk, Black Aku, Pipis, Hacker Pride, Gigi, Crimson Savior, and the new Takuya Kambara. And just to go alongside with our Ancient Garurumon, we now have the new Ancient Greymon. With this being able to digivolve for 4 off of a level 5 purple or red generically, is a Sec +1 body, and has the on-play 1 digivolving, deletes one opposing Digimon with as much or less DP as itself, and on delete it also gets to recover 1 Tamer and 1 Hybrid from trash, and then allows you to play out a Tamer following that, and has the similar Digigross requirement of the Spirit of Human and Spirit Beast and Spirit of Human for fire, that being a Gunimon and Burning Greymon. And again, references back to the Spirit Evolution line. That creates a very and equally janky looking Ancient Greymon. Well, on to the last pack on the right side. Level 4 Eos again. Ground Loco, Hippogriffo, Beowulf, Level 4 Argo, Dark, QB, Willis, Ornis, Awakening of the Sun, and we end up hitting the new Sakuyamon as a rare, who digivolves off of a level 5 yellow for 3 cost generically, and has the alternate cost of 1 off of digivolving off of the Sakuya Maiden mode. Is a barrier body, and when digivolving, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 6,000 DP for the turn. Then, from your hand, and without paying the cost, you may use 1 cost 5 cost or lower option card that has plugin in its name or is yellow. And during your turn, when you use an option card with a cost 2 or more till the end of your opponent's turn, their effects can't return this Digimon to hand or deck. And following that, we end up hitting the new Morphomon from the set, whose your turn effect is when this Digimon digivolve into Eos, you get to reduce the cost by 1, and grants the interval when another Eosmon is played. This Digimon may digivolve into Eos from hand with the evolution cost reduced by 3. And now on to the left side. Rena, Straubby, Antila, Growl, Dexter Gray, Tau, Dexteruga, Sume, Minu Bellucci, Miraculous Mega Knight, and we end up hitting the new Maracus Stamen from this set, whose costs 4, and has the on play until the end of your opponent's turn. When your Marcus Stamen is treated as a 3000 DP Digimon that can digivolve or blocker, And as the all turns, when this Digimon becomes suspended, one of your Digimon gets plus 3000 DP for the turn. And if you have Agumon or Gray in name, you gain 1 memory. Pretty much being the in between of the 3 cost and 5 cost Marcus Demon that we have. As this Marcus can actually make any Marcus Demon Tamer into a Digimon, and has the gain 1 memory, but gives DP to one of your Digimon in reference to the 5 cost Marcus. And following Tamers, we end up getting the movie Davis and Ken, which is a 5 cost Tamer, which is a memory setter. As the all turns, one of your level 5 or higher free trait Digimon would be deleted in battle. Suspend this Digimon, and then you get to play a level 4 or lower Digimon from that Digimon sources without paying cost. At the end of your turn, that was one of your free trait Digimon to attack an opponent's Digimon. Well, continuing on from there. Irmukus, Infer, Alda, Kara, Loco, Flame, Burning Gray, Doomsday Clock, level 5 Eos, Rika no Naka, and we end up paying the new Koji Minamoto, and talk about irony, as we end up paying the new Tai and Matt as well. Well, continuing on. Lobo, Argo, Gendo Guru, Gobbly, Mephisto, Wargrel, Doru, Yu, Cerberus Werewolf Mode, Zhao, Gabu, and for, as our hint, we end up paying the new Sons of Chaos Dex Dorogoromon, who digivolves from a level 5 purple or black for a cost of 5, or alternatively, Dorogoromon for a cost of 2, and has the built-in new Dex effect of being able to digivolve from trash on top of a to-be-deleted Dorogoromon at no cost, and is pretty powerful once it's played out, well, for its on digivolve, as it digivolves through one opposing Digimon. Then if Dorogoromon is in its source, or this Digivolve from trash, you get to delete all opposing Digimon with the lowest level. As the all turns, carrying on the Sons of Chaos Dorogoromons, when other Digimon is deleted, you may unsuspend this Digimon. And then from there, on to our next pack. Caesar, Rise Gray, Aguni, Geo Gray, Algo, Trail, level 3 Argo, BB, Rhythm, Gargo, Parasite Mon again, and Gabu again. And on to the next pack. Bulk, Terrier, level 4 Eos, Black Agu, Labra, Pipis, Tau, Ancient Guardian Deity, Minami Uehara, level 2 Arco, or Gray, and we end up hitting another new dual tamer in the form of Tai and Kari, which hails from the Digimon Adventure movie when they were younger. Continuing on. Strabi, Kara, Doru, Growl, Kendo Garu, Kyubi, Dark, Return of the Primogenitor, Belt, Bow, Diaboro, and for our other SR hit, we end up hitting the new Armageddon, who Digivolves, who's a cost 16, and Digivolves for 7 costs of a blue, white, black, or white level 6 for 7 cost. And alternatively, it gets to be played out by returning up to 13 cards with an identified trait or Diaboro in text from trash to bot deck. You reduce 1 for each, effectively making it cost a rookie for its full reduction. Is a rush, blocker, and reboot body. Has the on play 1 Digivolving, delete up to 15 play cost total worth of opposing Digimon. And then this Digimon can also attack your opponent's unsuspended Digimon. With this being in here in reference to it being from Revenge of Diaboromon. Well, continuing on. No key hits yet. Flame, Ground Loco, Lobo, Burning Gray, Geo Gray, Dex Doruga, War Growl, Rhythm, Cerberus Werewolf, Return of Primogenitor, and we end up hitting the new Gallantmon, who Digivolves for 3 off of a level 5 red generically, and has when Digivolving 1 attacking, delete 1 of your opponent's Digimon with 8000 DP or less. This Digimon didn't delete, well, if this effect didn't delete, this Digimon gets plus 3000 DP and blocker until the opponent's turn. And during your turn, if you have 0 or less memory, this Digimon isn't affected by opponent's effects. And following that, we end up hitting the well-awaited new Kazuchimon, who Digivolve for 4 off of a level 5 green or yellow generically, or for 3 costs off of any level 5 with Pulsemon in text. Has the 1 Digivolving, suspend 1 opponent's Digimon, and if Leon Alexander is in this Digimon source, all of your opponent's Digimon gets security -1 till the end of their turn, which ends up being a nice Eosmon-like effect. And has the end of turn, if you have 3 or more security, one of your opponent's Digimon gets -6000 for the turn, and if you have 3 or fewer, you recover 1. Then one of your Digimon may attack an opponent's Digimon. For this Kazuchimon being the other half of the new Fenrir-Lugamon top end, as the DNA partner for Fenrir-Luga. And as such, it also has the inheritable of granting a Fenrir-Luga that this is under. When the card is removed from your security stack, you get to dish out -8000 to 1 opposing Digimon. Well, continuing on from there. Hippogriffo, Antila, Aguni, Dexdoru Grey, Argo, Infer, Rena, Sume, Codecracker Fang, Menoa Bellucci, Gallant, and Takuya Kambara. And on to the last 4, and down to our last 4. That's how we get Trail, Rise Gray, Loco, Argo, level 3 Argo, then level 5 Argo, Gobbly, Caesar, Ancient Guardian Deity, Miraculous Mega Knight, Willis, Parasite, and we end up hitting our one major hit in the form of the regular secret Greymon, which ends up being a reference. With this, end up being a reference to Digimon Adventure, given that it was the first meeting between Tai and, well, Agumon. With this being a very special card, in that it's a rainbow evolution, well, a evolution of 3 off of a red, blue, green, or yellow, red, blue, green, or yellow Digimon. And alternatively, for the normal cost of going up into champion, being level 2 with an Agumon in name. With this having the effect of when Digivolving, if this Digimon has Koromon, and if this Digimon's name is Koromon, this Digimon gets plus 3000 for the turn, and then deletes one opposing Digimon with as much or less DP than itself. With that ceiling now being 8,000. And that ends up going along with its all turns effect, as this Digimon gains all the names of level 3 or lower cards in its evolution sources. And on delete, it gets to play out a Tamer with Tai or Kari in name from hand without paying cost, or you get to hatch in your breeding area. And that last part, in particular, actually allows for a very hilarious loop, as this Greymon can pretty much loop back into other Greymons, as you end up having the Greymon, as this ends up counting as either Agumon as well, in the intended sense, or you could hilariously Digivolve correctly speaking, it would Digivolve down into an Agumon, since it also would count as a Koromon in name if you have that as the egg for the deck. Alternatively, if you also put into the Omnimon deck, given its generic requirements, it also can count as Gabumon as well. And the inheritable this Greymon grants, on delete, you may play a Tamer card with Tai or Kari in name, paying cost, or hatch. And on to our last 3 packs, which ends up likely bringing us down to a alternate art. And continuing on, Mephisto, Agu, Myrmicus, Beowulf, Alda, Bulk, Terrier, Waking of the Sun, Crimson Savior, Gargo, Sakuyamon, and we end up hitting what I was expecting. And with this, we end up hitting the very beautiful alt-art Omnimon Ace, who generically Digivolves for 5 off of a level 6 red or blue, or alternatively DNA from level 6 with Greymon in name and a level 6 Garuru in name. Though also alternatively, given that this is Ace Digimon, Blast DNA Digivolving a Wargrey and a Melgrey Garurumon. With this Digimon having Raid and Blocker, and has the on-play when Digivolving, if DNA'd, you get to choose one opposing Digimon and return it and all other Digimon with the same level to bot deck, and then delete one Digimon. And this ends up being a very gorgeous alt art. And continuing our last 2 packs, let's see what we get. Labra, level 4 Eos, Black Agu, Pipis, Rise Gray, Kira, Gobbly, Bibi, Chaostra, Gigi, Fenrir Luga, and Shine Greymon. And with that, down to the last pack from this box. Ground Loco, Lobo, Trail, Myrmicus, level 4 Argo, Mephisto, Loco, Ornis, level 5 Eos, Hacker Pride, Galwan, and we end off with Diaboromon. With that, I'd say we end up, and with that, I can confidently say we ended up middle rolling it. Nope. Let me clean out before we end up switching over to the second box. And we're back. let's start cracking into the second box. And well, going into it from a very mid-rolly, well, a very good mid-roll for me from that first box. Let's see what we can get from our last box. Opening it up. Starting with the two box, related box topper. Yep, and you can see what we get. We end up getting a reprint of BT14 Genai with the movie scene from our ward game. Then opening up the next pack for our foil tamer. And it ends up being Minoa Bellucci with a very nice looking alt art in referencing the Battle Friday theme of Eosmon. And for our update pack, I end up getting, for the second update pack, being the promo Mame Tiramon. A Mamemon / Tiramon offshoot, who digitals 4 from black or green level 4 generically, or from a Mamemon or Tyrannomon name for cost of 3, is a collision in blocker body. As the alterns, when an opposing Digimon becomes suspended, you may unsuspend this Digimon. It grants the inheritable alterns when an opponent's Digimon becomes suspended. You may unsuspend this Digimon. Well, that's the promos out of the way. Now, time to crack open the packs. And let's go at it differently this time. And start from the left. Cracking in. Infer, Aguni, Grand Loco, Trail, Flame, Growl, Beowulf, Geel, Willis, Ornis, Gulf, and Takuya Kambara. Hit. Moving on. Level 5 Argo, Kendo Garu, Myrmicus, Gobbly, Wargrel, Doru, Lobo, Waking of the Sun, Sume, Eos, Marcus Demon, and we end up paying Kazuchimon again. Moving on. Rise Gray, Burning Gray, Tau, Geo Gray, Kara, Antila, Bout, Miraculous Mega Knight, Chaos Draw, Minu Bellucci, Tomonori Ryusenjo, and Davison Ken. Moving on. Terrier, Eos level 4, Agu, Black Agu, Labra, Peepus, Agu, Strabi, Hacker Pride, Crimson Savior, Cerberus Werewolf Mode, Morpho, and, well, we end up getting the first major hit in the form of alternate art Dex Doru Greymon, roaring in the ruins of a city. Well, continuing on. Off of that gorgeous alt art. Hit. Ground Loco, Doru, Alda, Kendo Garu, Rena, Dark, Flame, Zhao, BB, Rhythm, Leon Alexander, and the other Star hit being the regular art for Omnimon Ace. Nice. And continuing on. Loco, Beowulf, Growl, Tal, Dexteruga, Growl, Hippogriffo, Gargo, Ancient Guardian Deity, Minami Uehara, Koji Minamoto. Oh! And we end up hitting the most sought after. And, well, this ends up being a very unique, awesome pull. As I just hit the Special Chase Fenrir Luga Takamikazuchi. Wow, that's a glorious art. And this art is brought to you by Keita Amemiya. With this end up being from the man, drawn by the man behind the mature Tokusatsu series, Garo. And very fitting, given that Takamikazuchi is a wolf with a blade. Wolf theme with the blade. And, well, given how awesome this looks, well, might as well go into Takamikazuchi. Well, Takamikazuchi is the other secret rare from the set. And, well, it's the name between Fenrir Luga and Kazuchimon. Has the ability from trash during your turn. When one of your level 6 Digimon with Pulsemon in its text is played, 2 of your Digimon may DNA into this card from trash. And when Digivolving, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 16,000 DP for the turn, and if you DNA'd, you instantly set the memory to 3 on your opponent's side, and then if you have a Tamer this Digimon sources, you gain 1 memory and recover 1. And on attack, you trash the top card of your security, and trash the top card of the opponent's security stack. And wow, was this a glorious pull. And this is definitely the most high roll box we've seen, as this ends up being my first shown chase card. Wow! And, well, let me go and grab up a sleeve. Meantime, as this definitely needs protection. And, well, I think from here it's just continuing on and see if we end up high rolling it, making an extremely high roll. And, well, continuing on, we've got Argomon, Burning Gray, Dextoro Gray, Argo, level 3, Infer, QB, Kara, Argo, Tournament Primogenitor, Bout, Sakuya, and War Gray. Continuing on. Rise Gray, Trail, Tila, Argo, Mirakus, Lobo, Gobbly, Bow, Rhythm, Cerberus Werewolf Mode, Tamaru Senji, and, well, we end up hitting their last alt art. Our last alt art, in the form of the alternate art Takuya Kambara, who has Ancient Greymon in the background. Well, actually, no, it's the last alt art, as, well, that's SP Takamikazuchi ended up hitting one of the higher end spots as the secret rare. Well, continuing on. Geo Gray, Mephisto, Caesar, Goonie, Bulk, Terrier, Labro, Chairman of the Primogenitor, Sume, Codecracker Fang, Agumon, and Kari. Continuing on. Eos, Black Agu, Peepus, Tau, Kara, Gobbly, Trail, Level 5 Eos, Ancient Guardian Deity, Miraculous Mega Knight, Koji Minamoto, and Parasitemon. And well, since I actually forgot to bring it up, given how Parasite works, it does what it says, as it's a Parasite. As well, Parasitemon allows it to add itself to source by paying 4 cost and placing it underneath a level 5 or higher Digimon as its bottom source. And then you get to suspend one opponent's Digimon and attack an opponent's Digimon with the Digimon this was placed under. And is an alliance body, and as the end of attack, gets to place itself under one of your other Digimon's bottom as the bottom evolution source. With the inheritable being that during your turn, that Digimon gets plus 3000 DP, and during all turns when an opponent's effect would delete this Digimon, you get to play Parasitemon from its sources without paying cost. Which harkens back to its role as the main antagonist of Runaway Locomon. Well, continuing on. Kendo Garu, Loco, Mephisto, Antila, Myrmicus, Ground Loco, Alda, Willis, Awakening of the Sun, Gil, Melgaru, and Gabu back-to-back, all things. And well, continuing on to the last pack on the left. Agu, Doru, Q-Beam, Orgrel, Argo, Argo level 3, Argo level 5, Flame, Gargo, BB, Doomsday Clock, Parrotmon, and another Fenrir. And now on to the right side. Dex Doruga, Myrmicus, Agu, Dark, Dex Doru Grey, Goonie, Rise Grey, Jin Guardian Deity, Minamari Uehara, Argo, Gabu, and Wargrey. Continuing on. Level 4 Argo, Tila, Gobbly, Loco, Strabi, Kara, Growl, Turn Primo Gender, Bout, Bow, Ty and Matt, and another Eosmon. Continuing on. Burning Gray, Q-Beam, Mephisto, Flame, Alda, Argo, Lobo, Rhythm, Cerberus Werewolf, Turn Primo Gender, Gulf, and another Ancient Garurumon hit. Continuing on. Argo, Trail, Tau, Labra, Agu, Black Agu, Bulk, Peepus, Sume, Codecracker Fang, Eos level 5, Kari, and Gallant Mode. Doing Terrier, level 4 Eos, Dex Doruga, Myrmicus, Rena, Geogray, Dark, Ancient Guardian Deity, Mega Miraculous Mega Knight, that pairing again, Willis, Tokiya Kambara, and another Fenrir. Continuing on again. Mephisto, Tila, Alda, Flame, Gobbly, Ground Loco, Kara, Waking of the Sun, Gil, Gargo, Shine Gray, and Gallantmon again. Continuing on. Hippogriffo, Beowulf, Goonie, Horgrowl, Caesar, Tau, Kendo Garu, BB, Doomsday Clock, Yigi, Melgarurumon, and following that, a second Ancient Greymon. Oh, continuing on. Argo, Rise Gray, Argo level 5, Agu, Loco, Dexter Gray, Strawby, Ornis, Minnow Bellucci, Rika, Diabora, and Dian Matt. And down to the last 4. Let's see what we get. Doru, Lobo, Argo, QB, Burning Gray, Infer, Growl, Zhao, Crimson Savior, Argo, Davison Ken, and we end up hitting Dexter Gora again. And continuing on. Trail, Terrier, Labra, Bulk, Black Agu, Peepus, Level 4 Eos, Hacker Pride, Minami Uehara, Chaosdra, Tainkari, and Armageddon again. Down to the last 2. Let's see what we get as we close out. Loco, Hippogriffo, Caesar, Level 3 Argo, Dark, Rena, QB, Belt, Bow, Codecracker Fang, Leon Alexander, and Morphomon. Now, on to their last pack. Strawbeam, Argo, Alda, Dexdoro Agu, Dexdoruga, Mephisto, Doomsday Clock, Rika Nonaka, Gigi, Takato Matsuki, and we end off with Marcus Damon. And well, I could definitely say that this box was definitely a high roll as we end up getting the glorious SP Takemi Kazuchi. And well, let me clean up as we go over our box analysis. On to the overview of our pulls. Well, looking over what we got from the very first box, I would say it came out pretty good, as it gave pretty much a lot of support. As well, this box ends up giving support to such as the Sons of Chaos, Doru line, new stuff for Shine Gray to play around with, giving Imperial Drugs a boost, updating Fenrir, making Kazuchi somewhat decent, and updating, well, Diabora, Eos, and Argo, as well as red and blue hybrids, and some of the other fun new toys like Galmon support as well as new Omni support, among other things. Nope. The thing to note is also the Mega Cafeteria that was pulled as well. Again, that Insects and, well, Tyrant Cafeteria also can make use of it as a very generic card. And then they're very high roll. And in the second box, with the SP Takemi Kazuchi, and all pretty much repeats, really. And well, given that this is a BT set, Of course, it'd be within 2 boxes, you'd get at least a couple playsets with just the one, well, in just the 2 boxes. And, well, that has been my double opening of BT17 Secret Crisis, Digimon TCG. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And this is our job, signing out.